Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Thursday, November 20th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So ticker symbol number one, we were looking at SGBX. Big mover today, so let's get some levels of support and resistance mapped out. So the ideal of support, when you say, hey Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute strongest moving forward? And that would be if the price could stay up there above $5.20. Now, don't get me wrong. If the price falls below $5.20, that does not mean the entire chart's epically destroyed or anything like that. But if the price could stay above there, that would certainly be a great sign of power. Taking a step back and looking at all this from the bigger picture point of view, that is where the purple line there comes into play, the 50-period simple moving average. Keyword being moving. So as time goes by, that line is going to move itself higher and higher. So from an overarching standpoint, as long as the price stays above that line, as the line itself moves higher and higher, then overall the trend is still upwards. And from a bigger picture bullish standpoint, that's what it's all about. So again, yes, preferably, definitely want to see it stay above 520, but not the end of the world if it doesn't, because there's still plenty of opportunity to remain in the overall uptrend. As far as areas of resistance are concerned, key battleground initially right there at $6.70. And then next key level after that, right up there at the highs of the day of $7.20. But anyway, look at it. Very, very impressive movement. Next one here, FRGT, and we have ourselves a nice overall pattern here. So now I emphasize on the word overall. I do understand that if you're a day trader, flipper, scalper, and you bought right there, and your plan was to buy and sell within 10 minutes, yes, from that standpoint, the chart looks really, really bad. So keyword, I'm talking about things from more so the overarching standpoint. And from that angle, as I was saying, we have a very nice pattern here that has formed. So let's get this into play. So there's the resistance part of the pattern. And then the bottom part of the pattern, I'm not even going to use a trend line. Let's just use that pink line right there, which is the very well-known, very famous 200-period moving average. And then we'll keep it one color just to make the pattern easier to see. So we have our area of resistance. Again, we'll just use this as our lower trend line. We have that area of support. We have the big upwards move right here. And then for you golfers, put the golf hole down here. And this would be a bull pennant pattern. Now, let me be very clear, and I wish I could say trading was this easy, that just because the price were to come up here and break through it, just because it's a bullish pattern, does not mean for sure guaranteed that's what's going to happen. My point here is that at least a valid question to throw out there? Is that at least a possibility? And yes, it is. So if you like penny stocks, if you like bull pennant patterns, then definitely keep a close eye on it for Thursday. Next one, ONDS. This will mean a little bit more to those of you that watched the video previously, but if you did, hopefully remember me talking about this red area right here as a resistance right at 787. And you can see that today, once again, the price found some problems right around that area. Now, the tricky part is, it's not like it's 787 exactly. There are several instances today where the price pushed up through that level. You can see right there, a small one right there, and right there. But in terms of staying above it, that's where the problem actually is. So again, 787, it's not like a problem in the sense of the price can't even get above it. No, the main problem is staying up above it. So moving forward, just keep that in mind. Just because the price gets above 787, okay, fair enough, it's above that level. But the critical question, will it be able to stay up above it? So continue to watch 787. From the support standpoint, yes, the price is just fine from an overarching standpoint, as long as the price stays above the sideways channel point all the way down here at $6. But the way more preferable area, again, going back to that first chart I talked about, in terms of what would make the chart look the best, would certainly be if the price can stay above that purple line there, 50 periods at moving average, right now valued at right around $7.15. So preferably stay above that level, but if you do care about the grand scheme of things, as long as the price stays above $6 overall, the chart is still within that sideways channel pattern. But yes, the sooner the price can not only break above 787, but then stay above it, the better. Next one here, NUVB, and already talked about this pattern once, so I'm going to go through it a little bit quicker here. But we once again have the bull pennant pattern, very, very explosive move today, and now we have this consolidation late day. But the consolidation is actually what's allowing for the pattern to be formed. So again, I know I'm going through this quicker, but you've already heard me talk about it. So there's our area of resistance. There is our area of support. There is a big explosive move right here. There is the golf hole down here. So we're looking at another bull pennant pattern. I'd say the biggest difference here is the first one would happen to be on a penny stock. This one, not quite a penny stock. So if you like this price range, above $1, but still below the $10 range, but you do like bull pennants, then certainly keep an eye on this one. As it demonstrated today, it can move, and it can move very quickly. Next one, OPEN, and the bleeding continues. Unfortunately, yesterday I was talking about on the video of, okay, hey, look at this. The price is right here. It's doing battle with that area. Let's see if the price can get through it. And we got our answer. It did not. Once again, that resistance trend line rejected the price back down. And I realize that means a little bit more if you've watched past videos. But I put that line in place several days ago. And yeah, the power of trend lines, that thing has been a very, very stubborn area as far as the bears are concerned. So on that note, moving forward, nothing has really changed. Primary key level of resistance remains that overarching trend line right there. In terms of areas of support, no need to overcomplicate this. Just ask a very basic question. Where did the bleeding finally stop today? And the bleeding finally stopped right down there several times at $6 and looks like, yeah, about 55 cents. If you go through the history, you can see right there bounced, right there bounced, right there basically bounced. If the price comes back over, does that mean for sure it bounces again? There are no for sure's, but is it valid if you were to say, Clay, I think it might bounce off 655? I totally understand the logic behind that, but just from an overall standpoint in terms of health, yeah, if maybe this is some sort of bottom here, but by definition, if it is the bottom, then it needs to remain the bottom by not letting the price go back below it, which is why 655 important moving forward. Real quick, want to take a break and help you solve a potential problem that applies to you or just make you aware of something, and that is people wanting to be day traders, and I'm defining a day trader as having unlimited day trades every day. None of this, 3-day trades every 5 days like you find within the stock market because of that pattern day trade rule. There is a market available out there, and there's a way to approach this market in a way that keeps your risk very minimal with a lot of upside potential, but I am aware that this all sounds probably a little shady, a little too good to be true. I get it, which is why I'm inviting you, come swing by the live stream and watch it with your very own eyes, because this is exactly what I've been doing now for over a year, and I absolutely love it. So like I said, don't take my word for it. Come see it with your very own eyes. Ask any sort of questions that you may have, but please realize you don't have to be trapped under the pattern day trading rule. There are definitely better ways to go about it. Next one, NVDA. Now, you got to keep in mind, earnings. So this is going to be very, very, in fact, let's just do this and let's just kind of talk about some more broad areas. So from the support side of things, let's see how does the price behave relative to this area down here. Again, maybe that seems super far off. What do you mean? But with earnings, everything is off the table. So 180 going to be a very, very interesting level after earnings, because check it out. That was a significant level there, significant and significant. So if after earnings, the price just crushes down below 180, not a good sign. That would be a sign that the market's taking those earnings pretty bearishly. On the flip side of things, what would be an area to kind of help gauge the overall thoughts in terms of the bulls? That would be this level up here right around 195.50. So in other words, if the price comes up here and just blasts through 195.50, that would be a pretty telltale sign that the market is finding the earnings quite bullish. So this is the range that I think I'm most interested about. 180, very helpful in regards to, is the earnings bearish? Or if the price can get up through that 195.50 mark, that would be a very impressive sign that the market is still really liking what it's seen from NVIDIA. So again, I do understand if you were unaware that they were having earnings, both these levels maybe seem kind of irrelevant when the price is right here, but they will become relevant after the earnings come out, so we'll see what happens with it. Next one here, SOXS, and I think there's a very straightforward approach because there's a key trend line and then there's a key moving average that you got to think a lot of people are watching, and it does a good job of also summarizing where the supports and resistance levels are. So let's just first start off with this trend line, and you got to think everybody and their brother's uncle has drawn that level. So, which makes sense. That is the overall trend line, so there's no need to overcomplicate things. So in my mind, a lot of people are definitely going to be watching this as the key area of resistance moving forward. And then on the flip side of things, when it comes to areas of support, maybe you already noticed it, but check out how the price so far so good is doing a good job of respecting that purple line, which you now know is the 50-period simple moving average. So I don't think it really needs to be any more complicated than that. We have the key area of resistance, technically, that trend line. We have the key area of support down here, that purple line. So it just becomes a question of who is ultimately going to win out the battle. Do the bulls win the battle by pushing the price and getting a bounce up from this level and then potentially push it up through the resistance area? Or do the bears win by either rejecting it up here or just flat out pushing it down through right there? So we'll see what happens on Thursday. Next one here, PLUG. So the downtrend continues. Talked about this in yesterday's video and how, okay, to be fair, from where it was here to where it was, good solid move. But was there any genuine power behind it? Well, let's see if the price would be able to make progress. And I define progress as bare minimum being able to stay above 209. And then you can see today, no, there was no progress. Not only did the price go back to where it all started right there, obviously the price just went all the way down there. So overall, go ahead and get rid of that level as it has served its purpose. And once again, there is a nice little bounce, but same general idea. Okay, fine. Yeah, this movement has bounced from its lows here to where it is right now. It has bounced, but let's see if it can make progress once again. So the new quote-unquote progress point right here at $1.79, because if the price can actually stay up above that area, then what would you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have these lows down here, and if you envision those as stair-steps, you would technically have stair-steps progressing in the upwards direction, which is the name of the game. That would be a sign of progress. But if the price drops below there, then once again, you have the price essentially going right back to where it was down at these lows, which is the opposite of any sort of genuine power. In terms of areas of resistance, key battleground to watch, in my mind, going to be right up there around $1.98. So, even if it bounces some more, I'm still pretty skeptical unless the price can bare minimum get above that $1.98 mark. But overall, rough day. However, there was a bit of a bounce. Let's see if the price can show some signs of progress. Next one, KZIA, and I'm going to go through this one very quickly because you've already heard me talk about this pattern a couple of times, and I want to respect your time as much as possible. Whoops, grab the one. There we go. So there is our area of resistance. Here is our area of support. Green for support. Just because I can't help myself, let's keep it all one color to make sure everybody sees it. So our area of resistance, our area of support, the huge explosive move right here. We have our golf hole down here. So once again, looking at another bull pennant. So if you like this price range up above $1, but down below $10, then certainly keep an eye on KZIA. You have a couple different choices here headed into Thursday. Next one, TSLA Tesla, and kind of a case of deja vu, but this sideways channel is no joke. The past couple days, the price just stays within it. And yes, I do realize if you're a day trader, yeah, today there was pretty wild. Gap up, came down, came all the way back up here, came all the way down here, now it's bouncing back up. So I'm not discrediting anything from a day trader standpoint, but just from an overall viewpoint, nothing has really happened. We still have the sideways channel, top of the channel up here at 414, bottom of the channel down there, support at 396.50. So it still just remains a big old question mark of who is ultimately going to win this battle. And in fact, I don't know if we're exactly in the middle, but I mean, the middle of the channel is basically right here. I mean, so yeah, we're almost exactly dead center in the middle of the channel. So as far as Tesla is concerned, from more so the broader scope, 30-minute time frame, sideways channel pattern is really the best way to summarize it. So that wraps up the top 10 list. Again, if you are sick and tired of the pattern day trend rule, or maybe you just want a market that offers more flexibility because it's open 23 hours a day, 6 days a week, then definitely check out the market that I've been trading and come swing by the live stream, watch it with your very own eyes, ask me any sort of questions. But this is a great way to go about day trading where, again, you have very minimal risk of your own capital, but you have a whole lot of upside potential. I know, sounds shady, but come swing by the live stream, ask me questions, and I'd be happy to clarify anything that you may have. So thanks for watching, take care, and hopefully I'll see you on the live stream.